Georges, everybody. Hi. My name's George. I don't really know what I'm doing up here. I'm not very funny and I'm not very good at public speaking. But if there's one thing I know I'd be good at, it would be a secret agent. Not because of my sheer power of charisma or my athletic prowess, but because people forget about me the minute they meet me. Actually, that's not true. People forget about me the minute before they meet me. Case in point, I worked at a place called CEX, which, if you don't know, is for people who think GameStop is too elitist or legal. This was reflected in our vast array of clientele, who are a wide variety of crankheads, drug dealers, ex-cons, and weird old men. Every time I stepped in there, it felt less that I was entering a workplace and more that I was coming face to face with a bad guy from that new Mad Max movie. And this one guy came up to me and asked if I could get him a red plastic bag. And me, being a guy with no self-confidence, I had to go and clear it by my manager first. So I got it and gave it back to him. Then later he asked me if I could help him find some movies downstairs. And while I was helping him, he said to me, "You know, son, you're really good at this. There was this guy upstairs who had no idea what he was doing whatsoever. He took forever just to get me a red plastic bag." I'd heard of people talking about me behind my back before, but I've never been talked behind my back about me to my face. So I did the best thing I could. I agreed with him. "Yeah, that guy. He's a loser. I heard he scarts money from the till. I heard he's a phony." At this point, he just stopped listening, and I just said, "I heard he cries when he masturbates. I heard that he has crippling self-doubt and doesn't have any idea what he wants to do with his life." So I didn't think much of it until a couple of weeks later when I went to a bar, and the bartender told me he wasn't going to serve me. "I've been here quite a few times," and I said, "Why not?" He told me I'd been scarfing people's change and walking out acting like I hadn't done anything. So at this point, I came to the realization that I must have created a homunculus somewhere in that conversation with the man. And currently, he's out there just defaming my good name and destroying what meager reputation I had in the city of Boston. But I was still angry at this guy for assuming the worst of me, so I got the best form of revenge I could. I overtipped him and left, which doesn't sound like the biggest form of revenge, but he looks down there and he realizes, "Oh my God, I was wrong about this kid. What else have I been wrong with in my life? What else, and what other terrors have I wrought?" And his whole world flies apart like Javert at the end of Les Miserables. And just like, when I see him, and then he'll be standing there on the Charles Bridge, and I'll be there looking at him. And I'll just glower and say, "Should have been nicer to me, man." I'm quite the ladies' man, if you haven't figured it out. But growing up, it was kind of hard because I was addicted to pornography. But I had a bad internet connection. So I was predispositioned to be attracted only to blurry women. I signed up recently for this thing called Tinder. That's been going too well. People told me to use a picture of me at my most self-confident. And so I went with that. Me at 9 years old in a Superman costume. But I haven't got many swipes. I took this girl out to my favorite restaurant. I don't think she was too impressed with the Happy Meal, but I got My Little Pony toy in it, which was a Fluttershy, and it was really cool because it's really hard to find. And anyway. And And I signed up recently for this other thing called Grindr. Around the third time, I realized that it was not an app for exchanging submarine sandwich recipes. I was like, wait a minute. This is not a Black Forest ham with mayonnaise. This is another man's penis in my mouth. So I stood up and I said, I'm really sorry, sir. I thought this was for something else. Good day. I mean, I finish him off, of course, but that's just courtesy. In case you forgot, I'm George.